let me give you a little barn renovation update. So about a year ago, it's taken longer than we thought. We started taking our original stalls out. We were sending them to a welder, a custom welding company, to have the wood replaced with a wire mesh. And then also these stalls, they're almost 20 years old. They've held up wonderfully, but there's some pieces that needed worked on. There was some that were broken. Some of the latches needed help, especially on the sliding ones. They were getting caught, they were misaligned, things like that. So they just needed to be revamped, and then we were powder coating them with black. But that's for sure easier said than done when it's a working barn. We still need to use the stalls, but we're trying to revamp the stalls. But the stalls that are all panels at this moment, they just got done at the powder coater. So the week that I get back from Congress, so not this coming week, but the next, these will all be reinstalled. You already saw, Wally, this isn't about you. You've already seen the interior revamp we did. Now, if I were to be building a barn, I might make different choices, but we revamped the barn that's existing here that was built in the 70s. So not a single one of these stalls is the same measurement. None of the poles are amazingly straight, but we went ahead and added the heated and cooled automatic Ritchie waterers to every stall. We did just put up our original hay mangers for now. We're kind of looking into some other hay manger situations. Now, the only other stalls to be taken out at this point to have all the foaling stalls we need, which actually with this side, we have all the foaling stalls we need for this foaling season. But as y'all might have known from previous years, we use these stalls as both foaling stalls and individual stalls because this middle wall is collapsible. Again, it needs revamping. It's almost 20 years old. So these 3 stalls have to be taken out again, in this next week, and panels will go up. But those are the last 3 stalls that we are doing this method with because it's taking a really long time going between a custom welder and then going back to the powder coater. The powder coater is taking an exorbitant amount of time. After I found the company that I'm buying stalls from for the new barn, I talked to them about what their lead time would be for custom stalls, about the cost and all that good stuff. And it just made sense to order stalls now from them. So they are making me 5 stalls. They're making me 2 European front stalls for these. So they're going to be not the sliding doors. They'll be, hinged doors with a really pretty front. And whereas these stalls have been lofted and have the slide fronts, we are going to do away with it being lofted. It honestly just makes it we don't use the cart. We don't use it for lofted space. We want to open it up to where it's not so dark in there. It's better airflow. So they're going to match the front European stalls and make 2 for right here. And then they're going to redo the fronts for the big stall downstairs. Now, I'm also, just because it's a separate space, going to end up ordering stalls from them that match, they can kind of match what we have going on for downstairs. It got to where their lead time was way better. It really didn't work out to be much more expensive. If it is more expensive, it was kind of hard to tell. I think it's around the same price. So I think all of that should be good by mid-November. I'm really hoping with these last 3 stalls that it won't take as long as the previous ones have, and we can go ahead and revamp the interior of these. That should take a couple weeks, and then really, then we can put these middle stalls back. There's 2 grooming bays and then 2 bigger stalls in the middle. They're not foaling stalls, but they're good-sized stalls. We've had these done. We just couldn't put them back in until at the very end because we have to be able to get a skid steer in here to redo the other stalls. So anyway, with all that to be said, I think this top area and the big foaling suite downstairs should be done by Christmas, maybe even before. And then I'll order stall fronts for these. Now, here's the thing though, with the new barn being built, I've accounted for the fact that as I've been counting stalls with the new barn and this barn, I've been counting the stalls in this barn as if I'm leaving them foaling stalls all year round. So where Raven and Lexi are right now, if we took that middle wall out, then it's just going to be a big foaling stall. And all of these are a slightly bit bigger than all of the rest of the stalls up here. So it'll make basically 4 foaling suites. I think it's 14 by 20, I don't remember, 14 by 24 or something like that. I hope I haven't been just blabbering where you can understand what's going on here. But at the end of all this, there will be 13 foaling stalls. And then within this barn, there will be 3 just regular horse stalls that it just didn't work in the makeup plan to have them be foaling stalls. So there's just 3 regular stalls. And then we're keeping these outdoor stalls. They work really well for quarantine, really well for the younger horses that don't necessarily need to be under lights or kept blanketed and stuff like that. So that makes 21 stalls up in this big barn, which is going to be kind of just like the foaling barn, plus 15 regular stalls in the new barn. So right there, there's 36. And then the way we're doing the overhang off of it, going into the outdoor arena, there's going to be plenty of space for, I believe, 7 outdoor stalls the way we have it here. So kind of same thing for younger horses, weanlings, quarantine, that kind of thing. But there are waterers set up in all of the foaling stalls, minus 4 of them, where if we wanted to put a panel in the middle, or if we wanted to like revamp the collapsible middles, we could do that for when it's not foaling season half of the year. And then it would add a lot of stalls. Anyway, that gives us 43 stalls by next year, which I'm going to try not to fill them up. Right now, I think I'm sitting at 28 horses, and that's with like some of the weanlings and yearlings and 2-year-olds who, you know, there's going to be a lot like going in and out because of selling and because of training and things like that. But yeah, that's where we're at. We've just been living in shambles, but I think it's going to be really good when it's finished. So let me know if you have any questions.